blue chair is really comfortable.
Yeah, we'll get you.
You're gonna sink into that.
Yeah, go ahead, chill. I don't want to be in the shot. I'm just prompt questions. Right. Introduce yourself.
My name is Fernie. I am 21 years old. I just moved back from Miami. I actually studied psychology and political science over there. And I joined City here not so long ago. So yeah.
You went to school in Miami?
Yes, I went to Barry University.
Wow, how was that?
Awesome. It was an awesome experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go back in time a little bit. Talk about how did you even first initially learn about True School?
So I remember when you guys just barely moved into this space, you guys were having like a grand opening. I came with one of my teachers. I went to Bayview High School, so one of my teachers, Miss Kane, we came here for the opening. It was very interesting. I really, really liked it. I originally signed up for photography, but we ended up like not having it officially. And then I recruited like two of my old friends, Gabby and Jaime. And then, yeah, so this was like in 13.
Were you a freshman?
I was a sophomore.
You were a sophomore in high
I was a
school?
sophomore, yeah.
So what were some of your first impressions of True School when you came, and like the students and just the staff, and what were some of your first perceptions of the organization?
So like the first thing when I came into like Grand Avenue, like, you know, it's very modern, very old, and then you come to the basement, it's just like, bam, like graffiti everywhere. So just like, at first I'm like, this place does not combine with the mall or like what it represents. But then like as I enter, like, I was so amazed by the art and how everybody was so like outspoken. Everybody heard everybody's opinion. There was like no downfalls, and I like how it was, even though it was a new environment, it already felt like home for a lot of people.
Yeah. So what do you think, after experiencing True School, for how many years were you involved?
2.5.
2.5 years. What's like two of the main things you would say that keep students coming back to True School for like year after year? What are some of the things you think keep them coming?
The experience.
Like what part of the experience?
So like when I started True School, like I wrote like poetry or like just even spoken word, but I've never actually like spoke up to it. Like I never actually performed or anything, and I never let anyone read none of my stuff. And also like the fact that like I grew like so much with public speaking. Like I remember Shalina was telling me one time that like I was crying before performing. I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
I remember it.
See, I don't remember, and like that I cried. Like I don't know, cause I'm such like a bubbly person, and then at the moment I just shut down.
I remember Gabby cried too, your friend.
Yeah,
she was so. You guys were in the art of MC class, and you were poets, and you were very shy about your poetry amongst rappers who were very boisterous and overconfident about their poetry. That dynamic, I remember it very, very vividly, because you all were very brave for taking that class on, and very intentional about taking the class to come out of your shell and to be better public speakers and be better to do presentations and things of that. Like, that's part of the reasoning behind that class. It's not just about writing poetry or writing raps. It is about being able to present your ideas publicly, whatever they are. You know, it could be a project, it could be work related, it could be whatever. But that's part of leadership, right? To be able to translate your ideas out loud publicly. So what's some of the things that you took on after True School that you picked up here and that you kind of paid attention to here? What were some of the things that were useful to you like after you graduated from school?
So after graduating from school, like as I mentioned earlier, like I'm not really good at public speaking or stuff like that. But like I remember Shalina told me that, like she was telling me like in that moment, like so many years ago, that just picture like the background just blank, it's just yourself. So now in college, like we had to do big presentations, and I would always panic. So I would just like think like there's no one in the room, it's just yourself and your paper with notes, and that's it. So I feel like I grew with my public speaking. I had more confidence because if I could do spoken word that I've never done, or like talk in front of people that I've never done, I can do a presentation in college. Like I can totally do it.
Because your poetry is like very personal, very, like, deep stuff. And speaking of that, like, did you go through the art of coping processing here at True School with Shalina? You did. Speak a little bit about what you remember about the art of coping and where you were at that time and what it meant to you.
So like at that time, I was very shy. Like I was very depressed and shy, and then like it took me a long time to like actually get out of my comfort zone. Even though like I invited Gabby, me and both Gabby were two different people, but we actually like connected by being very shy. And then little by little, like working with Shalina was like, okay, like let's first talk about what you want to read or what you want to write about, and let's talk about why you want to write about. Then once you're done, like now let's talk about why did you write that. So like literally by breaking down like from the beginning all the way to the end, like why did we ended up writing that, and then getting feedback and comments by other people, like what can we improve and what can be better, and then by stepping in, like, okay, now let's perform by yourself and let's perform with other people. Now let's perform in the class when we have like Tuesdays and Thursdays. So like little by little, just growing. Not everything like, okay, write something and perform right away. So like literally like broke everything down. So that was very, very helpful. So like that's what I took for college. Like I literally like when I write a paper, when I do a presentation, I like break everything down. Like where do I start off? How do I do this? And then if I did it, how did I do it? Or how did I finish so I can use it in my other stuff in life. That's awesome.
That's awesome. What would be your message to a young person who was shy and sort of in their shell like you at that time, if they were interested in sort of thinking about finding out about True School? What would you tell them?
I feel like just do it. Even if it doesn't fit you, just do it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to find something that you never thought that was going to fit you. Like back in high school, like I hated my art class because I hated my teacher. But in college, I ended up minoring in art history because I fell in love with it. And I never thought I was going to. So I started painting because of True School. Because I thought it was a very good way to cope. So just do it. Even if you find nothing interesting, or nothing that you feel that you have in common, at the end you're going to find something because you're going to be put in something that you never thought you were going to do. So like getting out of your comfort zone is like the first step.
What about this space?
This beautiful space, the library. I was here when they opened it. It was very an exciting moment. We only had like one bookshelf. Like we just had this, and now seeing it like years later, it's like so many books. I feel like now I don't know, now there's a vinyl record. It's pretty dope. And there's computers. We didn't have computers at first. So the fact that True School keeps on growing and growing, it's super special.
How important is that, or how important was that, that we were establishing a library during that time? Why was that exciting to you personally?
It was exciting for me because I like reading in general, but I always find like a block, like what do I read now? Like what's time to read? Or like even like with homework, like this was a good place to do homework when there was like, or even like to write, like when people were in that, we were used to be in the old room over there, I don't know if you guys still are, and it was such a little space. So the fact that now we had this and like we had like the floor to concentrate, we had a door that we can close and just be on our own. So I feel like that was pretty dope. Now that it's growing, there's a lot more.
And you were part of the team that helped us catalog the books and actually like set up the checkout system and all that. I totally remember you were like enthusiastic about the library.
Yeah, I was pretty excited because like at first like we literally just had the DJ booth.
Yeah.
We had the music room and then the spoken room and then the art room, and that's it. We had nothing. Like, and then the fact that now there's so much art and so much stuff here, it's like it keeps on growing.
You gotta see the back.
I haven't seen. See, we didn't have a bag. We didn't have a bag.
There was nothing. Like
there was nothing in the bag.
That's awesome.
All we had was offices.
Yeah. So what's your experience now? You just joined City Year.
Yes.
And so therefore you will be in the classroom.
Yeah.
As a teacher's assistant, ultimately. That's pretty exciting.
It is.
And that's a long way from being a shy, introverted True Schooler. Now you were like stepping into an educator role. How did you get inspired to even want to do that?
So once I moved back from Miami, I ended up teaching kindergarten and preschool. So I was a preschool and kindergarten teacher. I never thought that I was going to be one because it was just never nothing that I planned for. I've always thought like, okay, I'm going to go into law and psychology or political science because that's what I'm really good at. So then I ended up teaching for a couple months, like 9 months, and I ended up falling in love with it. But I didn't love the structure of the school, and I didn't love how teachers like worked and stuff like that. So upcoming this fall, it was like my first fall not in college. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, what do people do right after college? Like, because it's hard finding a job unless like, and then for me, I was stuck like, okay, now I have a degree in psychology and political science. What to do now? So then I was literally having brunch with one of my teachers, and then she's now the executive director at City Year. And I asked her like if working at City Year was better than working at a school, or like how that made an impact. And she was telling me how amazing her experience is. She's only been there for 2 or 3 years now. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. Since I do love working with kids and I want to continue working with kids, so I gave it a try. I literally applied like a week and a half before the start date, and I got in, and I was super excited.
Awesome.
So yeah.
So now this fall session, we're gonna ask you to come back, talk to some of the students about your journey and how they could possibly think ahead about planning to give back, about planning ahead to become leaders in their communities and their families, and further their education after high school, because that's one of the big things as well. You stepped out, you went out of town, you pursued your education in a big way, and we want other young people that come through this program to be inspired by alumni, and so we appreciate you coming through to talk to us and tell us where you at today. You know this is your home. Anytime you want to come through and stop in, or you want to let us know what you got going on, if you need support, if you need assistance doing anything project related with City Year or otherwise, make sure we know about it.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. You had like green hair, purple hair, blue
hair.
Last time we seen you. So yeah, stay fresh, stay creative.